What is up, guys? Snack God here, back for a brand new video. And if you're watching this today, well, you're in the right place if you're trying to make money in 2020, because this has been a highly requested video of you guys for a very long time, where I do an updated, remastered, basically brand new guide on how to sell candy from start to bottom. First things you need to know, and everything else after that to start making your money selling candy. All right, you can see behind me we have a lot of chips, we have a lot of candy over there, and a box of Trolleys and some soda that we'll get to in a minute. But anyways, watch this video all the way through if you want to know all the parts from getting the candy, what to buy, what to sell, how to sell it, and how to expand your business, and also how to keep track of how much money you're making and what to carry your stuff in. Watch this whole video all the way through to get to those parts, and I'll transition you guys to different scenes basically throughout the thing. Like when I'll be talking about how to pack your stuff, I'll be showing you guys ways to carry it and what to pack in the order. And then when I show you where to buy it, I'm gonna show clips of when I actually go to the store and buy the items myself, and I'll show you guys what to get. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. Alright, real quick before this video goes any further, if you guys want to skip to a certain timestamp, I'll leave it in the description down below. Like if you want to see the part where I teach you guys how to sell it or where to buy, or if you want to have an idea of how to hire employees, then you guys can go to the timestamps down below to skip the stuff you don't really want to listen to, and you guys can skip to what you want to know right ahead. The first part that I want to talk about is that in order to start selling candy, what you need to start, what you need to continue going, and how to sell it, and basically every single little thing to become like me, Poppy Chulo TV, or other candy seller like that. So by the end of this video, you should be able to sell candy just like anyone else you see on the internet. Alright, so since I said this video was going to go into depth of how to sell candy, I'm going to start by going over what we need to sell the candy. Alright, obviously we need ourselves, and that's really mainly the key things, but what are items that will help you make more sales or even get your first sales in the first place? And one thing I'm going to start with is a way to carry that candy to school. Now, you guys seen this in previous videos, but again, this is the re-updated version, remastered, whatever you want to call it, 2020 guide. Everyone can start making money at school, and I really want to encourage people to get out there and start following what they want to do. So first item would be a duffel bag of any choice that obviously has a handle and obviously should have a shoulder strap, so like this. So I have this Adidas bag I've been using for 3 years now, and the point of the duffel bag is for many things. I use it to hold chips, but you guys can use it for candy or drinks if you guys want. You guys can have ones with pouches on the sides, or pouches with zippers right here, or anything that, as long as it can hold the snacks in it without, you know, crushing around and stuff like that. And with a duffel bag, one of the best things about it is that you can play it off as like you're playing a sport and you need a duffel bag. Obviously in school, I think people use duffel bags for sports. Like I've seen people use it, and I personally have used it sometimes when I needed to. Like if you play like soccer, football, basketball, track, what is it, like tennis, you might need one. I don't know. If there's hockey at your school or something, you might need one. Definitely a duffel bag is very, very useful. Now, that's for carrying your stuff, right? So you gotta put your snacks inside. What else can you use? Well, other examples would be using a lunchbox bag, which I don't think I have on me to show you guys, unless I do, and I don't. But there is you can use a lunchbox with a carry handle and sell in the cafeteria. You can use a sports bag, like drawstring bag, like the ones that you have two handles and you pull the clothes. Usually a common scene on Nike, or if you do buy like a track shoe with spikes, it'll often come with a bag to carry them. I can use that bag to put candy in and sell. Now, here's what you're going to want to do. This is an extra item, but you don't really need it. But using a notebook of any kind, you can see I have one that's ringed, I have one that's a composition. But a notebook is very useful when you first start selling candy, and here's why. You want to keep track of how you're selling things, like not like writing down word for word, but you want to keep track of who your customers are, what your prices should be, your profit margins, or if people owe you debt. Now, an example of a notebook that I've used in the past that's out of pages right now, you guys can see in a second. Like, look, I've wrote names in here of people's debt. I wrote down how much I've made in certain days. I wrote down how much I'm trying to aim for, and it really helps you keep track and stay focused in terms of what your sale margins and your goals are. And now I'm starting my new notebook again, just at the beginning of this year. Alright, so let's break this down. Now, despite what everyone on YouTube, including myself, has told you guys, people saying the Skittles and Starburst variety pack has been doing well, I've changed my mind, and I personally now find it that the M&M's, Snickers, and Twix Variety Pack by Mars have the best performance out of all other candy bars or chocolates or whatever you want to categorize them in. Alright, now let me tell you the reason why I would say this one sells more. Because first, this thing costs less and you also get more of it. So the Skittles Variety Pack for 30, I believe, costs you around like $16 in my area, and this thing only cost me like $14. So you get 30 bars, $14. So it's more profit overall. Secondly, it's all one type, it's all hard candy, it's all chewy candy, and not everyone prefers that. This one has a good mix because it has candy with caramel, candy that's just like sweet chocolate, something with nuts in it, like peanuts, and you have Snickers. I think Snickers uses peanuts too, and you also have basic M&Ms. So you have a big variety. You have something that's with more crunch, something that's more sweet, and something that's a snack that you can share with your friends. So this thing is definitely one of the best sellers, and it comes with 30 bars. So again, you can make more money overall. So if you're gonna start off, what I would recommend you doing is by simply saving up a little bit of money to start buying these candies. Now, you can start with a cheap as little as $10, and I'll show you what you can buy with $10. Or, if you really have enough money, you can start with like $20 and up, depending on how much you want to invest in the beginning. Now, the reason why I say depending on how much you want to invest is because some people give up selling candy after a while. Some people don't even know if they're going to be able to make sales well, and some people, you know, they just don't think they can do it, so they don't have confidence in themselves. And what I need to tell you guys is that anyone can do it, guys, trust me. For those people who are a little bit antisocial or socially awkward or think you guys don't like to approach groups of people, you guys can do it too. And once it comes to getting that money, once you see that it's going to come in and you get a little taste of it, it's going to motivate you guys to step out your comfort zone. Because I'm going to tell you this right now, no one has made money staying in their comfort zone and not taking risks their whole lives, alright? Those people are not going to become rich. I'm going to tell you that right now. So, with that said, let's go to an item that can start with under $10. Now, this is pretty impressive to you guys, but I've managed to pick up this box for pretty much about $10. It was like $9.99, alright? And there's no tax on candy where I live, at least. Costco doesn't have tax on candy. And let's show you what this is real quick. So I pulled a bar out earlier, and these are Airheads. Like, they're similar to Laffy Taffy, I guess, for these Airheads types of candy. And there's 90 bars in here, and each bar is this length, about a little longer than my index finger, alright? 90 bars, and it has these 5 flavors that you see on the side right here, or it has 6 flavors, my bad. But $10 for 90 bars, and this is different depending on how well you can sell candy, excuse me, but if you are a really experienced candy seller, alright, you can try selling these for 50 cents or 75 cents. I personally sell them for 50 cents, okay? And if you have 90 divided by half, by 2 is what I mean, because 50 cents would be like $1 for 2, you would make $45 back. And keep in mind, you pay $10 for this, guys. You're making $35 profit, and you get your money back. So you're basically doubling your money by 4.5 times. And if you're not as good of a candy seller, guess what? You can still sell this for 25 cents each, because if you divide 90 by like a quarter, I believe, you still get like 20 something dollars, and that's still double your profit, which is not that bad. You guys want to make money in the beginning? I would recommend this box. Or if you really can't struggle to get that 50 cents out of each piece, sell it for a quarter each. People will be swarming you to buy this, and you will make a lot of money on this item. Now, on to the next item. You are going to need a little bit more startup money for this, and I'm saying this because I'm considering my audience. I think most of you guys are between the ages of 10 and 17. So some people, like when I was 10, it was kind of hard for me to get a little extra money, and that's why I'm considering you guys, because I know some people don't have that, you know, fortunate enough to have extra 10 bucks lying around. So this thing is not for everyone, but once you get to my level, trust me, it'll be worth it, and I'll explain why right now. This box costed me $16, alright? And there is 16 packs of these trolley bags inside, which I'm going to show you guys right here. Regular stores, gas stations, convenience stores probably will sell them for $1.89, $2 or up, right? I've seen them sell for $2.50 before at some places. And I've never seen this at a dollar store, so that's kind of questioning me why they're not at a dollar store. But I would be able to sell one of these packs for $1.50 at my school. I probably could push it to $2 if I really wanted to, but I'm not that money hungry for that, and I don't want to feel like my customers are getting scammed, because the lucky size that sells it next to our school is selling it for $1.89, and if I sold it for $2, it would be higher than the local price, and it would probably give a little less motivation to buy it. And I try to motivate, or not motivate, but like convince people to buy my stuff by giving good prices for what they're paying for. And if you sell this whole box of 16 multiplied by 1.5, you get $24, and that's an $8 profit. Now you're wondering, why would I sell that and pay more for the box instead of selling this and make a lot more money? Well, I'll tell you why. This thing, even though you will sell this pretty fast, 90 bars takes a while to get rid of. Like, this would probably take me a good 4 to 5 days to sell all. Whereas this box, with everyone selling for me in my business, it would probably be gone in 1 day. And like this box, it would probably take at least 4 days minimum. That's why I would rather make this $8 quick and easy from just selling this box instead of waiting a couple days to make that $35, like I was saying. So this is one that you want to get into after you've invested money and you think you can sell well to other people. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys where you can buy this candy at, and basically you can see we're here at a Costco and the price is below $10. You can start with a pack of gummy bears or some Airheads and it'll just work fine to start out selling candy. Make sure you price them right at 50 cents a bag and make sure you get enough to last you however long you need to sell. Like I said, we're in a Costco and now we're going on to the Airheads. You guys can basically see that we have everything we need at a Costco business center. So find yourself a local Costco business center or a Sam's Club, or like a Smart and Final. Smart and Final would be the best one if you don't have a membership. But if you do have a membership, the other two options will save you more money because it'll cost less and you can sell it for the same amount and make more money after selling that. So taking a look at this thing, we have $10.99 and then we also have 18 in there. We're going to make a good profit. Not just for candy. This video, I'm going to cover everything, guys. So let's start with drinks. I'm not going to tell you guys what to sell or not to sell for drinks because I've only tried like about 5 different types of drinks in my candy selling career. There's a lot of different drinks out there that I'm not familiar with, energy drinks that I don't know of, sports drinks, soft drinks I'm not familiar with, and different stuff from different countries or cultures that I don't know that we have here. But I personally sell American soda, and that would be Sprite and Coke. I've sold Gatorade in the past, I've sold iced tea, and I've sold what was the last one again? And I've sold water. Alright, but I didn't think that water would do that well because water in bottles, it takes up a lot more space and you can't carry as many of them, so I dropped that right away. But talking about soda, this is one of the most profitable items instead of candy. The reason why is because the only thing that limits you about soda is how many you can bring to school. But if you think about it, one of these cans come in a pack of 35 at the Costco Business Center that I go to. I will show you guys in the later on clip of me actually showing the soda at the store, but the soda pack only cost me about $12 and there's 35 of them. That's a 3 times return almost. If you times 12 by 3, you get 36, and we're just $1 short of that. So if you sell a whole 35 cans of soda, you make like about a $23 profit, and that's really good. But sometimes people don't like to sell that much soda because it's hard to carry, may hurt their shoulders, or the bags doesn't have no space to carry it to school. But this is definitely one of the very good items to sell. Alright, now let me tell you something about what I've been noticing. As a high school student in a high school in the Bay Area, I noticed a lot of things in my school. There's 1, thoughts, 2, gum under the table, and 3, people eating hot chips all around you. So why not sell the hot chips to them instead of having them take business away from you? This mix right here costs you about $13, and these bags of chips are justified to be sold at $1 or 75 cents, depending on how well you are, like I said with the previous Airheads. 1 bag of chips comes with Funyuns, comes with Hot Cheetos, and it also comes with, wait for it, Hot Fritos. Alright, now we have the lemon, lime, and we have the basic Hot Cheetos. Alright, now with a bag of this size, if you are a good seller and you have a reputation built up, people will be willing to pay $1 for this, because that's how much they'll probably find it for outside. But if you're not, like I used to be selling this for 75 cents, but now I bumped it to $1, you are going to be able to make a lot more money. There is 30 bags actually, and this thing was $13, so you definitely make at least double. And my rule of thumb when buying a product is, you have to make at least double the profit, or unless it's a really good seller like the trolley worms that I was showing you earlier. So you basically, let's see, 30, if you subtract 13 from that, you make a $17 profit, definitely more than double. And the chips, like I showed you, well, they go right in this duffel bag, and you just carry it and walk around with it. No one will suspect you, and you can sell it in class really easily by just sliding it under the table, like your bag, obviously not the bag of chips, and they can simply put the money in the bag. That's also another purpose of why you would want to have a duffel bag. Or simply just walk around during brunch, up and down halls or cafeteria lanes, and ask people if they want to buy stuff. And the reason the duffel bag works is because when you hang it on your waist, let me just show you real quick. It's gonna be on your waist level, right? You're hanging from your shoulder, it's going to be waist level, and it's going to be below their eye level, which means when you show it to them and they're sitting down eating or standing up, they're going to be able to see what variety you have inside your bag. They're going to be able to see everything that you're selling, and it's not going to waste too much time picking up each item, and you have to listing off every item, because since they can see it with one, from one perspective, they're not going to be asking you what you have anymore, and that saves you time, and it's also convenient when you're trying to go around the whole school the whole day, making the most money you can. Alright, and if you haven't already, please leave a like on this video and comment down below if you guys are going to start selling candy, and if you already are, let me know how it's going and what you plan to do. But anyways, let's talk about a very important part of the candy selling process, and that's approaching people and getting the social part knocked down. So let's say you start out selling candy, and the next day you go up to school, you show up to school with a brand new duffel bag, you show up to school with a drawstring bag, you got all your snacks in your backpack or whatever you carry it in, and you basically trying to get sales, right? And how else are you going to drive these sales but to ask people if they want to buy candy? Now, first, I would suggest 3 things. Overnight, before you start selling candy, if you have social media like a Twitter or like a Snapchat or Instagram or like a Facebook or a YouTube channel that people at school watch, advertise the candy that you are selling. Put that you are going to be selling candy from now on or starting tomorrow. Put the prices of items, tell people to bring money, tell people like what you have, and then more likely people, more than not, most of the time, people who follow you, and if you approach them in person, they're gonna remember, oh, you put that on your story yesterday, yeah, I would like to buy some, or they'd be like, yeah, I'll be down to support your cause. They're gonna be more likely to buy, alright, because like, when people don't know what you're selling for, it's really unlikely they're gonna support you. That's just what I've been finding out. So you have to give them a reason, something that sounds really convincing, and something that I have to feel empathy towards, alright? I know it feels bad that you might be guilty, that you have to lie to some people and get these sales, but how else are you gonna start out? So when I had to start out, I said that I was saving up money so I could finally afford, my first video game that I could play with my friends. Like I said, I never had any video games. Like in middle school, that's middle school. In high school, I just told people that I was part of an entrepreneurship class and I need to get experience selling stuff, and people just played along, and they eventually just didn't care about why I was doing it, and they just became daily customers. So advertise. Another thing you do is you tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their friends, alright? So what you do is you spread the word around, alright? In school, rumors and word spreads really quickly. So you'd be like, hey guys, I'm selling candy. Would you guys like to buy some? And if your friends say no, we'll be like, can you at least tell people that you know that I'm selling candy and maybe they can help me out? And if they're really good friends, then they would help you out. Now the last thing you need to do out of those 3 things is basically this is the last form of advertising or marketing. You need to go there in person and physically tell people that you're going to be selling candy. This can be hard for some people, as some people may not be popular and rejected, or kind of like bullied or have a stigma towards. But don't worry guys, if the most that can happen is that people don't like you, and you don't have to care about those people who like you. Like if they're in school, you don't care about them 5 years from now. Guys, trust me, this does not need to get into your head. People don't like you in school, it's gonna change in the future, alright? You're gonna have more success than them by selling candy, alright? Just approach people, get out of your comfort zone, ask them, would you guys like to buy some candy? Or if you don't want to just straight up ask that, go up to a group and be like, how you guys doing today? Would you guys like to buy some candy? Or be like, how you guys doing? I have some candy that I'm trying to sell, would you be interested in buying any? Or just be like, would you guys like to buy any food? Something that asks them if they want to buy stuff. But make sure you ask nicely, ask kindly, and introduce yourself. Yo, like, what's up guys? How you guys doing today? I'm Brendan, and I'm trying to sell candy. Would you guys like to buy any? That is a good way to start off a conversation with anybody in a group. Unless those guys are complete a-holes and just don't like you for no reason, no apparent reason. They're not your enemies. They've never seen you. They just don't like the way you're trying to ask them stuff. Then ignore them. They're not good customers. You don't want them around you. Get them out of there. But if it does work out and those 3 steps are completed, next day when you go to school, you have to get out your comfort zone and ask people, walk around stuff. I personally have my own routine that I have created, and you should do it too. What I do is I choose to start out from my locker. Alright, so you can see we bring it to school and we have textbooks and shelves with binders, setting it up so we can organize it in 2 separate areas. And what this allows me to do is people can come in here and see a wide selection of things, allowing me to sell out quickly and allowing me to show off a whole variety. To start out by selling at my locker, I open it up and I have people line up at my locker and they buy stuff from me. Alright, now after that, what happens is that when people stop coming to my locker anymore, I have to run around, or not run around, I have to walk around the campus, alright? So starting from my locker, I go up and down the hall that everyone hangs out at during brunch. Then I continue to head to center court and make a little circle around people that I know that would like to buy from me. And if I don't have my reputation out there yet, what I would do, or what you should do in matter of fact, is ask people that you haven't sold to yet, because that's more likely to get you more customers. If you keep asking the same people, your customers eventually stay the same people, and you never make more in the money never make more money in a day, and nothing will improve for you. Then, if I have the time, I'll walk all the way to the basketball courts, but most of the time I don't have time. Then at lunchtime, I start out at the cafeteria, and then I do all the lines there that I know I will get tables to sell at. Then I walk back to my school where I hang out with my friends in center court, do one circle there, and then by my lockers again, up and down. And at lunch there's extra time, so I always go to the basketball courts, and I let my employees handle the freshman corner and sophomore corner, but I'll get into employees later. What I'm really trying to get at today is that if you're selling stuff, you have a path to follow, and this path is important for two reasons. One is because it creates a routine where people who sit there or hang out there will know that you will be there, and they'll probably wait for you there. Another is because you don't want to find a path to avoid staff, alright? Staff are going to be guarded at your school. Most of the time, school don't like you selling candy. They think it's bad. They think it's distracting you from your studying or your, school studies, whatever they want to say. They think it's stealing business from the vending machines they have, or whatever they may think, and they think you're selling unhealthy stuff to the school students, and they don't like that. But you find a path to avoid the teachers, avoid the security guard, alright? If you know a guy hangs out there and guards the field or yard duty or whatever, and is basically patrolling and make sure things are going smoothly and there's no fights, you want to avoid that guy. You don't want to have him stare at you while you're selling candy to kids. He's going to shut you down and take your stuff away, right? So that's one of the main reasons of the routine. On a real note though, this is probably the longest process you're going to be in. And I'm talking about the process of you making sales daily, but you're still expanding and growing out your business. When I first started to make sales, and this is after I've gotten comfortable approaching people, it took me a long time to save up to expand and buy bigger restocks. I was making $5 to $10 a day at max, and I knew that I had to do different things to change it up, right? So this process may take you a couple months, weeks for some people if they're really good, or even a year if it really needs to be. Like the process where you start from $20 a day, $10 a day, let's say, to $15 a day, to $19 a day, to $25 a day, $30 a day, and etc., higher and higher. And I'm at the point right now where I've gotten to $100 and plus a day with my employees that I have set up and established at my school. This is a long process, alright? After you buy those first initial boxes of chocolate or candy or chips, whatever you are trying to sell, I recommend you put 100% of your profit and all the monies that you made from that restock or from that first purchase back into the business, and not use any of it for yourself yet until you've gotten to a point where you figure that this is the right amount of stuff that lasts me about a week or 2 weeks, so you don't have to buy stuff so often. Every time I go to Costco, I make sure that I buy enough stuff to last me about 2 weeks. Usually it's gone within 1.5 weeks, but I hope it lasts 2 weeks. The reason why is because if I go to Costco too often, that takes away a lot of time. If I don't go that often, I have a lot of stuff sitting at my home that's taking up space. So I want to just get the right amount of stuff. That way I don't have stuff lying around there taking too long to sell out, and that way I don't have to go there often wasting my time and whoever's driving me's time. And that's not a good thing. Like, again, if your parents are driving you, you should be thankful for that, and I really am. I pay them sometimes, and most of the time I give back to them on special occasions and holidays, whatever you guys want to call like a special occasion. But anyways, save up a good amount. My good amount is that I spend about $400 to $500 every time on a restock, and I have been saving for my restock. Basically, I don't use all the money I get to buy stuff now because I am able to keep that steady amount. That way I can pay myself and my employees. But at the beginning, when you sell let's say you get this box, right? And you made your $45, put that $45 back, buy one of these boxes, buy something else like the trolleys, buy some Starburst variety packs, buy the chocolate variety packs here that I showed you, and sell those, and then get to $100, and then take that $100 and double it, double that $100 again, you get $200, and then double that $200 again, you get $400, and maybe that's your amount too. Maybe you're at that point where you're making $400 every 2 weeks. That's a good thing, guys. You don't want to say that's a bad thing. Like, buying a lot of stuff may seem like it's stressful and a lot to manage, but it's a good thing because it means you're making good money and you're putting in work that has results shown to you. Alright, now let's move on to the next topic. Alright, now that we have the selling candy process, the restocking process down, let's talk about how we can get employees involved and why this could be a business at your school. Now, what you want to start with is just like at the beginning of selling your candy, let's advertise on social media. You want to put on your Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Twitch, if you have one, people watch your YouTube, put it on Facebook. Whatever it is that people at school follow you on, you guys should be advertising that. You say, I want some help paying people for hire, help me sell candy and stuff like that. But you're not going to put that in the story. You're going to be like, I'm hiring people, paying well, and then you're going to say DM or swipe up or whatever it is, say message me if you want more info. And if they do, then they ask you what they can help and possibly get paid for, then is when you tell them, you could be restocking for me, you could sell for me, you can, I don't know, bring stuff to school for me, you can help me do whatever you guys need to do, you can be managing my inventory, whatever you guys need. Obviously, what I have them do is sell for me. So once you have that person down, you need to make sure you can trust them, and this is the trust test process. I call it the 3-day internship period. I have them intern me, watch me sell, I teach them how to sell at school, and they see how I do it, and then I let them sell for 3 days without paying them. Alright, all the money they made goes back to me. I'm gonna give them a certain amount of stuff, keep track of how much I give them, and if they don't have that stuff at the end of the day, like if it's gone and he didn't make the money, then I know he's scamming, alright? But if I gave him like $10 worth of products, 5 items are gone because he sold 5 things and he gave me back $5 with $5 left, I know he's legit. He's not stealing anything for himself, he's not giving anything away, etc, etc. Alright, you do this 3-day internship period. If you think you can trust him, hire him for now. Alright, I personally like to do 30% commission. If you feel like that's too high or too little, feel free to change it. 25%, 20%, 35%, 40%, whatever you want to be, but I found 30% just to be enough to where it feels like they're getting enough pay, whereas I'm also making money by hiring them because I'm doing more work by having to buy the stuff and supply them with the stuff. And also they get the reputation of working with me, which I've already established our name, so people can come to him and buy stuff from him. Now, let's say you have your employee. What should you do to basically get them to increase sales too? Because what they make contributes to what you make in a day. So you want the most possible profit, right? Now, you have to distribute them around the school. In a campus, most of the times, schools have a square layout. If you know what I mean, buildings are square is what I mean, alright? So if you have some guy in the basketball courts, some guy in the cafeteria, some guy in center court, some guy in the front of the school, you're going to be covering around where everyone, all the most highly population density areas of the school, alright? You're going to be covering out all the ground and you're going to make the most money possible. You don't want some guy standing in front of the bathroom, some guy standing in front of a classroom, and some guy standing outside of the gym locker room selling candy, right? You want them in the best spots possible, so you want to distribute your employees in areas where it's populated and crowded, where people will see him selling candy and approach him. Because there's this effect that when someone sees you buying candy, more than likely his friends or people who stand there witnessing will walk up to you too and see what you got for sale. It just happens like that. Once they see one person buy, they want to be a part of something bigger, so they just get into it even though they originally didn't have an interest. Alright, so before this video ends, I want to say I hope this video really helps you get out there and motivates you to go sell candy 2020. And not just sell candy, but take whatever risk, take whatever step, have the initiative to make some kind of move or change in your life, alright? Whether that's making money, meeting people by asking them, or starting your own YouTube channel. These things will definitely create something for you to do, and maybe it might be your hobby or interest, and you never know until you find out, right? So I hope this stuff does help you. Again, what to bring to sell candy, what kind of candy or chips to buy, how to start selling it, how to make more money, and how to get your employees. These are all covered in this video. If you guys haven't watched it, make sure you guys don't just skip to the end and see this part. Watch through the whole video, and then again, like I said, leave a like if you did enjoy it, subscribe if you're not yet, and comment down below what your candy selling goals are for this year, or if you're going to start selling candy soon enough. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.